welcome to episode 11 of Crypto and Cocktails, the official 10-7 Capital podcast. My name, as always, is Tyler. This is our man of the hour,
Timnihill.
So today we're doing a very famous cocktail. If you're from the New Orleans, Louisiana area, or just Louisiana in general, or if you like to party, we're doing a very famous cocktail from that area.
We don't party here.
Yeah. We're doing a Sazerac right here.
Cheers to New Orleans. What's a Sazerac? Oh, that's interesting.
Wow, that's strong. Yeah.
It'll wake you up in the morning.
Oh, it will. Yeah. No, it's got some absinthe in it. It's got some rye whiskey in it. It's got a whole bunch of really strong stuff in it. But yeah, it's very local to the New Orleans area. They drink it a lot over there. It's kind of like a tradition. I think they've been making it for several hundred years, I think. It's a big one.
Interesting. Never had it.
But so today...
Been to New Orleans once, but that was about it.
I want to hear more about that in a second. But today we're doing kind of more of a personal episode. Obviously we're 10 episodes in. We want to kind of give everybody a breather. Kind of give ourselves a breather.
Not that much of a breather, though.
Yeah, of course. But just talk about, some things that are important to us personally, kind of pull back the curtain a little bit more than we did on the third episode, because that was more focused on your backstory. Mm-hmm. But, just kind of, shoot the crap, just kind of have fun a little bit today and see where things go.
Yeah.
So we definitely hope you enjoy it. But I did want to kind of start on something that's been on my mind lately. It's been a little.
First of all, shout out to Wolf Creek out in Mesquite, Nevada. Great course.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate the hat.
Yeah. No, we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of golf today for sure.
Member guest week, baby.
I wanted to start though. I need to vent about something that's been going nuts. It's been on my mind recently because. It's kind of funny because I planned to make a Sazerac without even thinking about this. I just wanted to try it out on the podcast. So, but I didn't even think about this, but it's related to New Orleans. But I'm still salty. For those of you...
Oh, no.
No, I got to talk about it, man. For those of you here who watch wrestling, it's... WrestleMania is, for those of you who don't know, it's like the Super Bowl of wrestling, right? It's basically their biggest show of the year. I mean, WWE's biggest show of the year. There are other companies that host wrestling shows. They're all terrible. But WrestleMania is the biggest show of the year. It's been going on since, I think, 1985. Hulk Hogan, Mr. T.
That sounds about right. Was that the first WrestleMania?
Yeah, 85, I think.
Wow. Yeah, 84, 85.
I forget who they were up against. I know it was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus two other people.
I forgot that Mr. T wrestled.
Well, he dabbled. I mean, they wanted to get celebrities in there.
Hey, yo, Rocky.
There was
right.
there was that very famous women's match where, like, I think it was Wendy Richter was going up against the Fabulous Moolah, who had held the women's title for like 28 years. Like, no one will ever do that again. And Cyndi Lauper was in her corner, and that star power got like a ton of people to the match, and she wound up winning. So
that was so long ago.
Rock and Wrestling Connection.
I guess so. Who knew?
Yeah.
Wow, I hadn't even thought about that, wrestling with Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. I mean, that was. Now it's like WrestleMania 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those were the 80s.
But this most recent one...
Speaking of the 80s, catch our next podcast of when we talk about is your money still in the 1980s or 1984. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah. No, that's going to be a very good one. But, no, it's funny. So, 40-odd years later, like a couple months ago, obviously, we just had WrestleMania in Las Vegas, and it was okay. Nothing will ever top. I mean, there are a few better ones, but nothing in this generation will top WrestleMania 40 in Philly. That was magic. But they had announced, and they did this they made a big fanfare of it. They did this on I think it was on an episode of SmackDown. They had The Rock come out, and they had like New Orleans music. It was a whole thing, and they basically said, really The Rock basically said, because he's on the board of directors over there now. Um, and he basically said, we're going to have WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans. And then what happens is, TKO, which is the company that owns WWE and UFC, over the months since that announcement, they start going through the sheets, they start going through the spreadsheets. They're like, damn, Vegas made us a lot of money. Let's do it again. So even though they already announced WrestleMania in New Orleans, they did something which WWE has never done before. They walked it back. They canceled WrestleMania in New Orleans. They said, you're going to get some lesser event later in the year. And they said, yeah, we're going back to Vegas. I think it's the first time ever they've done it, 2 times in a row in the same city. And it's purely for money. And no one wants it. I mean, I think the only good thing about WrestleMania in Vegas next year is like the theme song is pretty cool. Like, that's it. No, but
I hear you. It's all a business, man. Everything in the United States of America is a business. Your life's a business. Your religion's a business. Everything is. So why people are shocked at this? It's a bottom line. You're a bottom line. You're a margin. You're a number on a spreadsheet.
It's not so much that they're shocked. It's more that it's just like...
Just look at your social security number.
Mm-hmm. But it's more so that they're just depressed. It's like, are you serious? You're really doing this? You're like, no one in the audience wants this. We all saw this coming. You're really taking the plunge on this. You're really doing this.
It's because it's not about the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same with the PGA Tour, Live Tour, professional golf. Like, it's not about the fans anymore. PGA golf is absolutely boring, except for the majors and the Ryder Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wrestling's a little bit different. It's a little bit...
Yeah, it's a little less boring.
I like having the PGA Tour on the weekends in the background because it's great background noise. And if I'm just kind of sitting there, especially when you get a nice summer day and it's sunny out, and you're laying there in the afternoon, you really have nothing else to do. It's great to take a nap to.
Yeah. I mean, well, there are some times when, like, if you're on the green, like, if somebody's on the green and you want to see if they make that putt, then it becomes interesting.
Yeah,
but...
Keegan at, which was the Travelers, right? Out in Hartford. I mean, you want to talk about, it's kind of a cardinal rule and a cardinal sin in golf. And Colin Montgomery pulled this at Winged Foot a long time ago, right? Because, was it Martin Keimer who won that year? Oh, gosh, the name's escaping me. Anyways, I remember Mickelson boned one, boned a drive way out of bounds it wasn't even out of bounds, it was basically into the tents. And on 18, so he dropped out. Colin Montgomery was playing in to try to win the U.S. Open that year, and I was standing there, right? I was like from here to him like 30 feet away. He's in the middle of the fairway, and he takes out an iron, questions it, puts the iron back in the bag, takes out a lower lofted club. And I yell, Colin, go back to your original club. You never question yourself.
Especially
because that second shot you're not 100% confident in, and it never works out. And the same thing happened with Fleetwood, right? It was Fleetwood at the end of the Travelers.
Yeah.
He had an iron in his hand. He put it back in the bag, took the second iron out, and boned one short. Keegan hits an amazing iron, hits the shot you need to hit, makes the putt you need to make, and he ends up winning the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy that Phil Mickelson hit it so far left. Just hit it like out of bounds like that.
And you're not a Mickelson fan?
No, I'm not. I'm not. I grew up a Tiger Woods fan, so that man between, him...
Doesn't Mickelson have the putter called Tiger Slayer?
Don't remind me. But between...
Oh, Phil. We're going to put Phil in this chair with you.
I will boycott the episode. I will leave.
You can't. You have to be part of that episode. Anyways, our boy here is not a Mickelson fan. I know plenty of people that are Mickelson fans. They aren't Mickelson fans, and it's like with anything else. How can you be a fan of someone or not if you've never even met them?
I mean, I've been watching this guy on my TV screen since I was a kid.
Fan of the game?
Yeah. Like, it's like, I mean, this ties back to wrestling. It's like you see somebody in front of your screen for so long, and you see who they are, you see, how they carry themselves in this public situation. And it's like, you form a perception and people gain followings, or they gain people who dislike them because of that, because of the way they carry themselves.
Well, I think especially what we're seeing today, and this is across the board because it compares to what we talk about in the other podcasts, right? Like, everybody is starting to realize how much of business everything is. And at the end of the day, it's about bottom line numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all the people at the top of all these organizations care about. It's bottom line. It's money.
Yeah.
Everything that's out there is about $1. And you have an entire generation, quite frankly, that's addicted to $1. And quite frankly, probably could see it as a potential disease.
Which, speaking of...
That's why you have what we have today. That's why we have so many things that are getting bifurcated. Because there's enough of the population, as in wrestling, right? You have that thing with The Rock and John Cena and all that jazz, right?
I mean, that was when I was a kid, but yeah. I think
kind of still going on.
I mean, yeah, I guess as now John Cena's the bad guy. Now it's him and Cody Rhodes. They're going up against each other at SummerSlam.
Right. Right. I mean, now it's like you get in golf, it's PGA versus Live. Well, as a fan, I want to see all of them together. In fact, what they should do is they should have more tournaments of PGA guys versus Live guys.
Wasn't there a merger, or was that aborted?
What you should do a March Madness-like style tournament of PGA versus Live. Right?
That would be cinema.
Bracket style, top 32 on each side. Do they have 32? Maybe. Well, play it out over a 4-6 week period of time. Make these guys play 36 back-to-back.
Golf Mania.
Open it up to DraftKings so everybody in the God's green earth can bet on it, and let these guys go head-to-head.
I thought Liv merged back with the PGA, though.
Yeah, they're working on something. I don't know the details of it.
Oh, it's still in the works?
Still in the works.
Huh. I saw the announcement, and I was like, oh, this is so just going back to the way, like, the war is over.
Right, but it's like with the PGA and the Live Tour, it's like, okay, you have players like a Dustin Johnson and a John Rahm, and this kind of ties and correlates into everybody's personal finance. Okay, so I could slave away making a good salary at a big firm, a big financial firm, or a company, and I can make my $2, $3, $4, maybe even $500,000 a year. But every single stinking day of my life, I have to go out and grind. For what? A trophy and a check? There's a quality of life play there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the trophies are great until one day you look at them and they're all sitting in a basket in your garage, collecting dust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't tell you... I mean, I have my own memorabilia. I got buckets and boxes of all sorts of stuff. Trophies, baseball, golf, basketball, whatever. I mean, they're cool. Probably one day when, my estate sells it all, it'll be worth money. But it's like, what do they do? They're just sitting there.
I mean, for what it's worth...
I'd rather take the check, right? I'd rather cash out of that system, take the check over here, not have to worry about anything financially, and go play for the sake of playing because I feel like it.
For what it's worth, Dustin Johnson is the greatest golfer of all time. No
DJ's
contest.
a great player. Yeah.
Well, it's not because he's a great player. It's because he wound up getting the greatest reward of all time.
No, jeez. I'm not going there. And
no, but he is good.
DJ's a great player, but like if you watched the episode when they talked about the Live players on Full Swing, which is a Netflix documentary, he said, dude, they write him a check for $350, $400 million, I forgot what the number is.
No, it was huge. Liv has deep pockets.
I have 9 figures. Someone came up and said, hey, you could do the same job, it's less stress, and you're going to make 5 times as much money. And then I can secure my future for generations to come. Like, yeah, I'm going to take that check.
Yeah.
Because it's not about me, it's about my family, it's about my children, it's about my grandchildren. And that's how short-sighted people are. Like, no one has, it's like we always talk about, right? Like in the investment world, we're playing chess, not checkers here. If you want to play checkers, go hire your goofy advisor, go buy some stocks, bonds, and cash, and good luck to you, because you're basically going around a board and paying everybody else. Because your life is owned by financial organizations, institutions, and the people that actually run the world.
So on the note of family, by the way, I wanted to talk about that as well. I think your kids are really starting to get into golf in particular.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they are my two boys, Ryan and Liam, both, freshman, sophomore this September in high school. Both becoming really, really good players. They play every day, nonstop. They're at the range all the time.
Literally every day, aren't they?
Pretty much. That's the good news about being part of a country club. It's how much money I'm saving on the cost of golf balls.
Shout out to Falmouth.
Right. So, okay, I could say I don't want to go to a country club. I don't want to pay the monthly dues. And I say, okay, I have my, there are a lot of cool junior things out there, like the junior pass that they have, where I think you pay like $50 or $100, and every course that's a part of this network for juniors, they pay $5 to $10 to play the course, which is great. All right, so my son Ryan plays, let's say, at least 20 out of 30 days during the month. So that's going to cost you at least $100, $200 right there, right? And then let's talk about golf balls. Let's say he hits 1,000 golf balls a day. Was that 2 jumbo buckets at least?
Probably, yeah.
Jumbo buckets are what, $25, $30? So there's $60 times 30, 1,800, plus the other 100, 200. So I'm at $2,000 a month just for him to play golf.
He's really good though.
No, he's going D1 for sure.
Like when
it's just a question of which, like there are 3 tiers of D1. He'll be above tier 3. He'll be a tier 1 or tier 2 D1 player. And I don't know, you don't know, because there are just so many things that go into it. But he definitely has that mental capacity to do it. He has a chess mindset, which makes him a thinker around the course.
He plays chess.
And he just, it's a methodical way to play. He's really come to understand his swing. And now it's just a matter of the nuances of it. So I say to him, like, listen, you have your vision of where you want to go. You let me know what you need to get there, but you take it as far as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And even the same with Liam. Liam's a different type of player.
How
he
so?
can absolutely smash the ball.
Oh.
He's only broken 5 drivers inside of 12 months. That's expensive.
So you got one who's the very methodical player, and then one who's
just
the
like a next wave of
aggressive.
It's not even aggressive. It's just a grip it and rip it mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun to watch the difference between, even in your own household, 2 people that have totally different golf games.
Would you say that's good advice, just like as a dad, that like anybody who's watching who is a dad or as a parent, like how you should encourage, children to play sports, just kind of guide them, but let them figure it out?
I think athletics is probably the most important thing that any child can do growing up. I think the way that schools are set up are just, it's detrimental to the health of a child going into adulthood, because there are things when you play sports and you go into athletics, it's not just about learning about team concepts and things like that, even though golf is a me against the course type mentality. And golf is really a reflection of your personal life,
Mm-hmm.
which is really interesting. Like, if you want to know everything about a person, just take them golfing.
Yeah. No.
Give them clubs, give them a ball, and just say, let's go play. And you will see everything you need to know about that person inside of 4 holes. and you'll know everything you need to know because it translates into every aspect of their life.
There's the very famous saying, "Power doesn't corrupt; it reveals." Well,
Yeah, for sure.
the easier way to reveal somebody, the easier way to reveal something about somebody is just get them golfing. You don't need to give them power. Don't
Right.
waste your time. Just get them golfing.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, listen, but I think athletics is very important because not only in team games you have to learn how to be a part of a team and to move in the same direction, and how to, as the Patriots would say, do your job, right? You have a role to help push the team forward.
I miss the Patriots.
And I don't. I'm glad they're terrible. I hope they stink again this year. Go Bills. Yeah, I said it. Go Josh Allen.
I mean, I love the Bills now, but man, I grew up a Patriots
But
fan.
the other thing is, as part of an athlete and playing athletics, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn body control. You learn awareness. There are just so many different things you learn. You learn how to compete. You learn how to push boundaries, to push yourself. And we just don't have enough of that. And that's why everyone, as a majority across the board, has been lulled to sleep with the world. And everyone's waking up and saying, listen, what we've been doing for the past 40, 50 years is not working anymore, man. We got to change this stuff.
Yeah, and it's not even. I mean, it's not even just in the financial entertainment sector, but like in athletics too. There are so many people now. I feel like, at least from what I've been seeing, who are more interested in becoming athletes now than in previous decades. Because I mean, obviously, there's more money to be made in it, but also, it's just like I feel like the way that it's been presented has changed in recent years, where it's more appealing now. People pay attention to athletes more. People talk about athletes more. Sports is becoming more popular, not
Well,
less.
a lot of our athletics these days, it's an entertainment business. It's big money.
Mm-hmm.
It's big contracts, but it's also coming downstream. When I was in the basketball world, when I was younger, we had Nike came into AAU, and it changed AAU. It went from being a basketball development camp to becoming a basketball recruitment tool, right? This is how you're going to find the next generation of players that go to Duke and North Carolina and Alabama and all these big time programs. And like at the my barbershop yesterday, me and the boys were talking about this, is now you have venture capital coming in to purchase sports programs and collegiate sports programs. So now let's say University of North Carolina, Bill Belichick's there, venture capital comes in, buys the football program. All profits go to the program, players get paid. That one kid, the quarterback for Tennessee, he was holding out for what, 10, 12, 20 million?
I think so.
That's insane. Like, I was a D1 college athlete, my brother was a D1 college athlete. I was there at just the time where the NCAA finally dropped a rule where we couldn't earn money during the year,
Mm-hmm.
which for someone like me was important because I had to work to survive. And a lot of athletes out there have to work to survive. They have to live to pay for their college and work to pay for their college because it's twice as hard on them. They want to play sports, they want to be athletic, yeah, you get scholarship, but college is ridiculously expensive.
There's a hilarious scene from a South Park episode where Cartman comes into some university's athletic program director's office, and he's dressed as like a 19th century antebellum slave owner.
Oh, right.
And he comes in and he's talking about he's asking the director for advice, like, how do you pay your slaves?
Oh,
Like,
jeez.
and he gets kicked out of the office.
I don't
It's
know how
amazing.
South Park is still around sometimes, but like we were talking about it, I follow a group called Kaz and Ovi Investments. Have never done business with them. I like what they do. Have looked at what they're doing, and they basically help people get invested in sports franchises.
Mm-hmm.
And the next wave of sports franchising is at the college level. So you're from high school to college to pro, and even in between the college level to pro and the semi-pro, you now have a full training ground for athletics from the time that a kid is basically like 5 years old. And it applies to hockey, baseball, all sorts of stuff. I think golf is probably the hardest sport to predict.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Just because it's so precise.
it's so precise and nuanced to the individual, and then it becomes like if you look at the story of Grant Horvath on YouTube, who we like a lot of his stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a really really good collegiate player.
Except when he played with Phil, then I didn't like that.
Well, he plays with Phil all the time, and
Unfortunately.
and you know I think the story was he would just get nervy trying to go to the next level and go pro. But the dude's got a fantastic golf swing, and he said, okay, so if this isn't my avenue, right, what else should I do? And he started his own golf channel, and like him and DeChambeau and Mickelson and all these professional golfers are now bringing the game back to everybody in a more democratized fashion.
Yeah, I mean this is literally like, and it's not even just. I mean, golf is a great example, but like in every sport, you have athletes who are now more than ever curating and building their own brands. I mean, this goes back to a point I've made in several episodes now, but this fundamentally goes back to the point of, whether it's in business or whether it's in your social life or whether it's in athletics. Three words: everything is wrestling. When I say everything is wrestling, what I'm talking about is, you know, everything is show business, everything is a story you're telling, everything is your brand, everything is
It's become
presentation.
that way for sure.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Wrestling is a great business. They do a great job entertaining. Um, but I think it's a fundamental shift that we're seeing in everything in our day to day lives, and technology has brought new opportunities to everybody across the board, whether it's athletics and wrestling and golf and what have you, and finance and life. It's just this whole mode of this mindset and mentality that was carried for the last 50, 80 years is now going away, and we're walking into something new.
And now it's all kind of coming full circle. I mean, you want to talk? I think I noticed it this morning. I showed you. We both noticed it. But the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2
Full
is,
circle, right?
yeah, it's amazing. I
We
mean,
finally got our second Top Gun.
no, so I mean, the first Happy Gilmore, that was like your standard Adam Sandler film. Back in the day, he made some really good movies. Like, that was your standard Adam Sandler
Grown Ups
film.
1 and 2, fantastic.
Yeah. Like that was your standard Adam Sandler film. It was just like a story of like a guy from the middle of nowhere. He comes out and he plays golf and he's really good, and it's like a hero story, whatever. Your classic 80s,
Rags to riches.
yeah, your classic 80s, 90s, sports movie, whatever. It was great. It was a classic. But this one, if anything, this sequel,
Was
people,
Happy Gilmore 90s?
I think it was
I
90s.
thought it was early 2000s.
It may be, yeah. But the bottom line is, like, this one is a little different because the last one was, that was a classic, but that was more focused on like just, the story element of it. Like, this is this rags to riches story. This one is different because now Happy Gilmore has become such an institution of, American film. Everybody, especially if you know golf, but really just if you watch movies, like who doesn't know Happy Gilmore? But
The
now,
references are fantastic.
no, yeah, that's what I'm saying is now this movie, if you see the trailer, it's become like a tribute to the sport of golf. I mean, Roy McIlroy is in it,
Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas,
Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholas is in there. Morikawa, I think, is in there.
They got MJF, who's a wrestler, in there.
Wrestling's in there. They have all sorts of celebrities. I think it's really, and that's the other funny thing is golf is really, I think, now becoming the game it's meant to be in terms of it's starting to become available to the masses.
It really is, yeah.
Still expensive as crap.
That'll never change. Golf courses are huge.
Yeah, but I think we're getting a lot more people across the spectrum, and it's almost like the Bitcoin conference. You just had so many people from so many different walks of life that are participating. Golf is now becoming that type of wave avenue sport where now you're seeing people from all walks of life are starting to pick up the ball, play for fun, go out to courses, hit balls, go to things like Top Golf. Putt-putt's even becoming big time. Like they have downtown Boston, they have this big one that's indoors.
I love Top Golf.
Top Golf is a ton of fun, especially for people that don't really play.
Top Golf is really leading the way. I think there are two big entities right now that I think are leading the way in terms of bringing golf to the masses. Top Golf and Bryson DeChambeau. Those are the big two, I think.
Bryson has really, I think, taken it to a whole other level. I think he's the one professional that has brought golf to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was always with PGA, you have these people in the White Office and the White Ivory Tower. And it's like, it's not really what it's about. And especially for someone like me, I grew up on a muni track that didn't even have enough water, and then I'd see country clubs and look at what I'm playing, look at the country club, and they'd be like, I hate you people. No offense, but it was a little jealousy there, I guess.
You little snooty.
Snooty.
You think you're special.
But he's brought golf through what he's done on his channel and Live to everyday people. And the other thing too, which is really cool about Bryson, I think, is everyone criticized him for when he came out and how he was thinking, because he's got a very scientific mind.
Mm-hmm.
But he's rethought golf and how to play it. He's given a new wave of people a thought process, if you have a very scientific mechanical mind, about club face and spin and impact and, how to set the club, how to take it away, smash angles, like the entire thing, and then all the way down to the design of the clubs, the shafts, even the putter grip going halfway up the arm. And I mean, even with Ryan, he has copied some of Bryson's stuff and incorporated it into his game.
Well,
because he's learned from that, because someone said, hey, we really need to reconnect this with the people.
Yeah, and people are... No, I was about to say he loves Bryson, and he loves Bryson because there are a lot of young kids who, want to play golf and are interested in golf, and they watch Bryson, and he's their entry point into the sport.
Yeah, definitely.
He's setting a great example for the next generation. I'm trying to think of an analogous wrestler. I can't think of one.
I mean, a few years ago, it was kind of like Spieth and Thomas were the ones that people were connecting to.
Yeah, but
they've kind of fallen off a bit, and again, him and people like Grant Horvath and now Mickelson with what they're doing.
Oh God.
They're just... Technology is democratizing a lot of things that seemed unavailable to everybody. And everything isn't for everybody, which is fine. But at least people that are interested now have new avenues, new ways, new opportunities to participate, to play, to learn, to grow, to invest. And I think it's pretty wild watching it. And like when you watch the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2, I mean, you have people from all walks of life, plus tying back to the original one. I mean,
yeah.
Go to your happy place.
Shooter's there at the end.
Shooter's there at the end.
They gotta have him.
Oh, Shooter, of course.
Yeah. Is he even a real golfer, or is he just like from the movie?
Well, he plays golf. He's a pretty good player, from what I've heard.
So is it like an Anaheim Ducks thing where he started playing because of the movie, or was he already playing?
No, I think he was already playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was he like notable, or did the movie make him notable?
No, he was an actor who played golf, but he got the role, and it looked pretty good. At least that's what the story I heard. And then the other thing I heard, I remember watching an interview where he said, like, Shooter, and he'd like he made that up on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty awesome.
No, that kind of goes back to the whole thing of making your own brand. Like, I mean, I've been making my little brand for myself when I've been playing golf, as you may know.
Yeah.
I
gotta find my new brand. I'm like the ghost of a player that was.
No, you ever heard of like, Jackie Chan's movie, like The Legend of Drunken Fist?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like the drunken boxer.
Yeah.
I'm the drunken golfer.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's my
I'll
brand.
tell you what, if I could find some videos on this and take videos, we'll have that out there.
Oh God, don't do that to me. No, but I don't understand why, but at some point on a future episode, I want to make this the cocktail. Like I'm gonna have this be the cocktail for that episode, but I have this concoction that I made. It's very simple. I call it my Zoot juice. It's literally just Tito's and lemonade. Two things, not that, not that complex. I just mix those together. And for some reason, it doesn't get me wasted, but it gets me like in a state of mind where like I'm just calm and focused. And when I'm golfing, like I grew up watching golf. My dad was big into golf. I learned a lot from him. Tiger Woods was probably one of my two childhood heroes alongside CM Punk. I didn't, I wasn't really super skilled at golf. And so, because I get into my head so much. I overthink, I get nervous, and I just mess up a shot or whatever. But when I have my Zoot, when I got my juice, it's like the third eye opens and I just hit drive. I hit drive after drive after drive, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I have to say I can confirm this. I've watched it personally. I think it's absolutely entertaining.
The farthest shot I ever hit was on my Zoot juice.
Yeah. I have, like, there's a balance, right? I can have a cocktail or two while I'm playing. I don't need to. I don't prefer to, because I'm like, I usually wait till after because I'm just so into playing and so into the shots and hitting the shot, and like there's a balance there. Like I know people that can go out, man, and they find this balance, and all of a sudden they're shooting par, and then you're like, that's crazy. But then if you go over, like, there's that tipping point that in cocktails on the course, if you go over that tipping point, your game just becomes an absolute show, and you're like, what am I doing here?
Oh, I've never had that experience. The more drunk I get, the better I get.
That's funny.
No.
I'm sure there are people out there.
No, literally, I will just, like, I mean, you've seen it because we've played together, but, like, I'll like, hit the greatest drive I've ever hit in, like, a month or something, and then immediately after, everybody's like, how the hell did you do that? While I'm just, like, lying down on the tee box, like, looking up at the clouds and being like, life is amazing.
Your moment is then on the golf course from Tyler Gladden.
It really is.
We're promoting drinking and golfing here.
No, of course not. It's to each his own.
We're adults.
But it really is a moment of zen. It's nuts.
Can be. Yeah, and I think the thing about it, it's kind of crazy. Like, golf is a very interesting sport to play. It's a very telling sport. There's no hiding in that sport. And it's just one of those things where it's either a really great walk that you have that's enhanced, or it's a walk that is just really hurt by the game of golf, depending on how well you play and how much you like it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, too, from a health perspective, doctors are now coming out and saying, hey, people that are living 10, 15, 20% longer because they play golf all the time, because you're outside, you're in the fresh air, you're in nature. There's a lot to be said for being out there. It does take a toll on your body, and you have to do a lot of work outside of golf to keep your flexibility and hips and lower back and all that jazz. But yeah, it's a great game, and then that's why it's honestly the king's game.
Yeah, and like I want to say one more thing about golf in particular, because this has been on my mind since you mentioned how golf really is a great way to reveal who a person is. But I remembered this when we were talking about Happy Gilmore when we first brought that up. But another thing I'm salty about, right? I'm salty about two things. I'm salty about WrestleMania going back to Vegas, but I'm also salty that there is a golf movie that was panned by audiences when it came out. Audiences hated it. It got terrible reviews from critics and audiences alike. Box office bomb. But in my opinion, it's one of the greatest sports movies ever made. Legend of Bagger Vance.
I knew exactly where you're going with that one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The reason why people hate Bagger Vance is a lack of spirituality, because Bagger Vance was based on the Hindu text, the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah.
I said that totally botched. But it's basically, we just call it the Gita in our house.
You Tongaloed it.
I think I have like 7 of them around here somewhere. But basically, that book is a translation of the Gita story inside the reference and the frame of golf. And if you're into anything awareness related, you totally tie and connect into golf because it can become a very spiritual process. Just the simple act of swinging the club in complete awareness and full alignment, and the results that come out of that, there are, as with everything, there are layers, and that's just, there's a high level of play, even beyond what the pros do, that is at an upper echelon level. Yeah. And a lot of the pros are at that level too. They know it, because the game of golf brings you, if you're really into it, it takes you there.
Yeah, I mean, that's why so many pros are so, like, eclectic. Like, why so many pros are so, you know, like, I don't want to say eccentric, but, like, they have these personalities that are just so interesting, and each one is, like, yeah. They're some of the most interesting athletes to get to know.
Right, and because when you're working with a golfer, you can see their personality shows up in their golf swing.
Yeah.
So you're not just working on the golf swing and mechanics, you're working on a personality coming out into the form of a golfer.
Yeah.
It's a real wild dynamic once you really get into that. And it's crazy.
Yeah, so if you want like honestly a microcosm of everything that we talk.
And that's why golf is so addicting to a lot of people. It's like almost an addiction.
Yeah.
Like when you have the bug for golf, I don't think there's any going back.
Yeah, no, like if you want like to look at a microcosm for, you know, everything we talked about in this episode when it comes to golf, like watch The Legend of Bagger Vance, just watch that movie.
It's like getting orange pilled on Bitcoin.
Yeah, it was honestly, watching that movie was one of the most profound experiences I've had watching a film. I remember coming out of that movie knowing nothing except for the fact that it was a box office bomb, and being like, no one understood this. How did no one understand this?
Kind of like finance.
This is one of the greatest. This is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. Because it doesn't come from a mindset of scarcity. Like in the economics and finance world, everyone has been put into a system and a mindset of scarcity. Right? They talk about the Great Depression. Well, we ran out of money. How'd you run out of money? You just print it. It's like being in construction and saying, "Oh, I just ran out of inches."
Mm-hmm.
Right? How do you run out of inches?
So this leads me to, I think, where we can leave off. I'm wondering, I guess a final question for really both of us is, but I'll start with you. Because obviously, you know, we've talked a lot about, you know, what to look forward for, what's happening in, you know, the world of finance, and how the future of finance is developing very rapidly. We've talked about that for, 10 episodes now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, you know, in this and in the context of this episode, what are you looking forward to in the world of sports?
The Open Championships coming up, which used to be called the British Open.
Mm-hmm.
Ryder Cup at Bethpage Black.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down, cannot wait for this one. Cannot wait. Mm-hmm. It's going to be awesome.
I definitely want to see. I don't really watch golf as much as I play it, but I definitely do want to see the Ryder Cup, just because I catch that one every year, because it's...
Forget it. As soon as we wake up, every TV goes to the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, because it's the...
Every employee at my firm has every day of the Ryder Cup off.
Oh, yeah. Because it's the U.S. versus, you know, the Europeans. It's
Europe versus Euro. It's at Bethpage Black. You mm-hmm. can't have a better storyline, especially after the 2 Ryder Cups ago, the way the U.S. dominated, and then Europe dominated the last one. and this is kind of like best out of 3.
Oh, I see. So this is the trilogy. Okay.
Yeah, and we don't have, horrible coaches making bad decisions this time. I think Keegan's got some brains between his ears.
Yeah, no, we definitely...
The last one, I'm sorry, Zach Johnson, that was freaking embarrassing. Excuse my language. We're all embarrassed. The way you selected that team, the way that whole process unfolded, that was another demonstration about how golf is not, and the PGA is not about the fans. Yeah, we're going to criticize you because you expect us to spend our time watching your product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's it's funny you mentioned trilogies as well. Real quick, one thing I'm looking forward to on the note of trilogies, I mentioned SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That one is going to be nuts because Cody Rhodes lost the title at WrestleMania, and now he's been through this whole journey. Now he's going back for it again, and he's coming up against peak heel Cena with the championship.
Yeah.
If he gets that, it's in MetLife Stadium. It's in the middle of New York City.
No way.
That city is going to light up if he
awesome.
wins. So
I'm looking forward to the Open, looking forward to the Ryder Cup. Love playing golf, love athletics. Can't wait for Happy Gilmore 2 to come out. Adam, thank you so much for doing the second one and everyone else that participated.
yeah, but yeah, let's tee off, shall we?
All right, cheers from 10-7. Have fun.
Yep, this has, as always, been episode 11 of Crypto and Cocktails. As always, we appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, share around, and yeah.
See you on the next one.
We hope to see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.